Good afternoon. Today is May 25th, 2011. This is Lewis at Hurricane Cities with a look at your 2011 tropical predictions for this year. It appears that we're going to have less activity than we have last year, but it's going to be more impact on the mainland of the continental U.S., which is not good news. Right now, our thinking is that we're going to have a large area of high pressure, which is Atlantic Ridge, over the Atlantic. Sometimes they call it the Bermuda High. And this ridge is going to set in during summer. And with that being the case, most of the activity is going to go underneath that ridge, which will bring it into the Caribbean, the southern Atlantic, into the southeast coast of the U.S., and into the Gulf of Mexico, which is not good news. Now, the other thing that we're thinking is that the waters in the Pacific, we're in a neutral phase, and it's not really into an El Nino. It's when the warming of the waters occur. Right now, they're basically at a status quo, which is a neutral phase. And what could happen, long-range forecast models are hinting that there could be some warming of the Pacific Ocean, which then will go into a light El Nino phase in the mid part of the hurricane season, which would have an impact on our tropical weather here in the Atlantic, Caribbean, and Gulf of Mexico. What it will do is called upper motion in the Atlantic, and with that being the case, then you have a stronger westerly wind shear coming from the Pacific into from the Pacific into the Atlantic, and shearing off a lot of the storms that do develop. Storms cannot develop with high shearing effects. It just does not work. They have to have good outflow. And if that does happen in the mid of the hurricane season, then it could possibly put a cap on our tropical predictions and blow our forecast right out the window. Right now, as it appears, we're going to be in a neutral phase with the Pacific, and this will cause light wind shear and stronger tropical activity forming along the intertropical convergence zone, which is near just above the equator. And those impulses will develop into significant tropical features and possibly a category 3 or greater, which is not good news for the southeast mainland or even some of the islands there in the Caribbean. So currently, this is my forecast tracks. Main track is going to be along the southern Atlantic, pushing up into the central U.S. coastline, which anywhere from South Carolina to Virginia is one target. The other one is through the Caribbean, along the Caribbean islands, and up into the Gulf of Campeche and into the Gulf of Mexico and northern Gulf states, southeast Louisiana, southern Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida Panhandle. Those are some other targets. And then southern Texas, anywhere from southern Texas to northern Mexico, will be another high hit area. And we can't rule out southern Florida. Southern Florida, too, would be another area that will be our concern this year. So, anywhere you see red, that's one of the high areas that will be affected this year. Anything in the yellow is a moderate chance. But you can't rule out an impact in the yellow as well. So this is just a summary of what we're expecting for 2011. Keep your eyes peeled to the Pacific to see if there is warming of the water, and we do go into another phase, our El Nino phase. If that happens, then we do have high shear. It will put a cap on our forecast tracks and our forecast predictions of hurricanes this year. We're going to have a kickoff show with HurricaneCities.com. This coming, it's coming up June 1st. And it's going to be at 6 o'clock at hurricanecities.com. Please join us then. This is Hurricane Cities. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.